Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode number 87. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. So, news. Finally, I'm doing this again. So if you remember, the last news video was like, I don't know how I'm gonna fix the news schedule, and then I realized if I just skip one of the news days, it'll be back on track. So I just skipped one news day. So this is Thursday. This is a scheduled news day. So Thursday, by the way, the scheduled news days are Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. It was Saturday, but now Saturday I do top 10s. Anyway, guys, this is a holiday week, so there's really not a whole lot of news as expected. But anyway, guys, here's the news for the past few days. Okay, backstage news. We have a rumored big wrestling match. So as you guys know, Charlotte and Bayley have actually been feuding. They started a feud. Now that Sasha and Charlotte, their feud is over, it ended at Roadblock. Roadblock was like the end of the line. Well, that was the name of the pay-per-view. End of the line. It ended a bunch of the feuds. It ended the Sasha and Charlotte feud. So now Charlotte is going to be feuding with Bayley for the title, I guess. I guess Sasha's just shoved to the side, or maybe she'll be drafted to SmackDown or something. Probably the best thing that will ever happen to her would be drafted to SmackDown. Anyway, Bayley versus Charlotte. WWE officials wanted to have this happen earlier this year, but they like tossed that down the garbage. But now they've decided they're going to play this straight into WrestleMania. So it's looking like it's going to be Charlotte versus Bayley for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. I'm completely okay with that. I would like Sasha in there for a triple threat or something. But then the next news story we're going to go into, Sasha. So it looks like Vince McMahon doesn't actually like Sasha Banks. The report is that Vince McMahon is not a big fan of Sasha Banks. So I guess that's why she's never really had the Women's Championship for more than like a few weeks. There was actually talk of Bayley versus Sasha for the title as Sasha's a heel, and Vince just didn't like the idea. I would love that idea. Sasha versus Bayley on the main roster, Sasha the heel. Basically the same thing as NXT. It would be great on the main roster. Vince wasn't a fan of that. But nonetheless of that, there's other people who run the show other than Vince. And apparently, according to Dave Meltzer on Twitter, he has backstage connections or something. Fan asked Dave Meltzer, what's Sasha's plans for WrestleMania 33? And he responded with, Banks is scheduled for a big match on the show. A big match. So even though Vince isn't a big fan of Sasha, he can see that she's an amazing wrestler or something. And of course, there's other people working backstage. I'm sure Triple H is a big fan of Sasha Banks. So it looks like Sasha Banks will have a really nice match at WrestleMania 33. It's not going to be in the Charlotte versus Bayley for the title match, but it's probably going to be something amazing. Emmalina, come on, what the hell did they do to Emmalina? Emmalina was supposed to debut like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. Hold on, I have the whole details here. So Emmalina's debut has been pushed back, obviously. She was originally, well, okay, it's not really a debut because Emma's been on, well, I guess Emmalina, the new character's debut. Anyway, she was originally scheduled to do the return/debut on December the 12th. Yeah, that didn't happen. Right now, it's like December the 22nd. So, of course, that didn't happen. But there's several reasons why she didn't come out. Dave Meltzer, of course, that guy who has the backstage connections, reported the delay has turned into a giant rib. So a rib in professional wrestling is like a joke or something. It's a giant rib either on the fans or on Emmalina or both. So someone's ribbing Emmalina and for the fans probably. But there's a bunch of parallels in this situation and back in the Brodus Clay situation. I remember Brodus Clay was supposed to be this big monster and everything. Kind of like, I don't know, like Ryback was, only like better. And then he ended up debuting as coming out there and dancing and everything. Oh God, that was such a, and I guess that was actually in a rib. And that ended up, like, he was just a big joke, so he got fired. So, yeah, and now he's like in TNA doing excellent things, I think. If he's still in TNA, I don't really watch TNA. Anyway, like I said, Emmalina's debut has been pushed back for several reasons. Another reason, someone else has another reason. They're saying that WWE has scrapped 2 ideas they had for Emmalina's return/debut. The first idea was actually confronting Sasha Banks, which Nia Jax took her place. That was happening on Raw this week. So I don't know what they're going to do for Emmalina. I'd like her to not be a joke like Emma was. I mean, Emma's character was a joke on television. Maybe, come on. Why are we having a Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks feud? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of Nia Jax. I'd much rather Emmalina versus Sasha Banks. I would actually pay my money to see that WWE. Emmalina versus Sasha Banks. Fix it, fix it, fix it. UFC fighter, UFC women's fighter would love, quote, love to join WWE. So, the UFC strawweight fighter, I don't watch UFC, so I'm gonna botch the name and botch probably the pronunciation of that strawweight, I think that's right. Paige Vanzant, I don't know. But she has confirmed that her management team has been in talks with WWE. So her management team, UFC women's fighter, her management team has been in talks with WWE. Anyway, they were talking about bringing her in for SummerSlam, and that didn't happen. But anyway, she's a WWE fan, and she would love to be in WWE, whatever. If you're a good wrestler, if you can train good, you can learn all the moves and have an amazing match or whatever. I mean, UFC is a hard thing. I'm sure you'd be okay with WWE, but if you're a good wrestler, if you're like Sasha Banks level or something like that, come on up. Stephanie McMahon commented on Ronda Rousey. So, in a USA Today interview, Stephanie McMahon was asked if whether or not Ronda Rousey would ever make another appearance in the WWE and WWE ring. So she was at WrestleMania 31. She did the whole thing with Stephanie and Triple H and The Rock and everything. Stephanie was asked if Ronda Rousey would ever come back and do something like that. And Stephanie said this, I quote, "Ronda has this cross-platform appeal in all forms of entertainment." That's basically what Stephanie said. So she didn't say yes or no. She said, well, she has an appeal in different forms of entertainment, so I guess it's a possibility. I know UFC really didn't want to have Ronda Rousey come over to WWE and do anything, but I think UFC and WWE, they're partners now, so maybe they could do something, work out something, I don't know. And then there's talk about Conor McGregor too. I'm not even going to get into that. SmackDown Live viewership's up. Oh, shocker. So apparently a lot of people think SmackDown is better than Raw. I don't necessarily agree. Well, I guess I agree that the matches and the writing is better and they give more people more opportunities on SmackDown, which is all my favorite wrestlers, my personal favorite wrestlers are over on Raw. Draft them to SmackDown, and obviously SmackDown's going to be the better show. For me, I think it's more, I don't know, like, my favorite wrestlers are really good wrestlers, and I think they're better wrestlers than the people on SmackDown. They just don't give them an opportunity. So I guess show-wise, SmackDown's the better show, but roster-wise, Raw is better. But I'm not going to get into the whole Raw versus SmackDown thing. We can play the video game on the gaming channel someday. Anyway, SmackDown ratings this week saw an increase of over 300,000 viewers. Seriously. So we had 2.6 million viewers as opposed to last week's 2.3 million. Okay, most of you probably know this. John Cena is returning this Tuesday on SmackDown. He's returning at Chicago, Illinois. Boy, I wish I would have bought tickets to that show. John Cena's returned since John Cena's first appearance in WWE since No Mercy, I think. No Mercy was in October, so he's been gone quite a while. He's returning Tuesday. I'm thinking he'll be in the Royal Rumble. Wait, he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Unless he's doing like something with AJ Styles or something for the championship. I'm pretty sure John Cena's going to be in the Royal Rumble match. I wonder if he's going to do something with James Ellsworth. Anyway, this is just me talking about what might happen, what if, but anyway, John Cena's returning this Tuesday. I don't know what he's going to do. There's rumors of John Cena versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. Then maybe have him in the Rumble. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, guys, this is a holiday episode of WWE News. If this is the last video you watch this week, because I know a lot of you are going places with your families and stuff, I hope you guys have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, have a happy whatever. And anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video. And if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.